Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and today I'm taking a look at Dead and Breakfast from Brain Crack Games, designed by Rodrigo Rego and Durrant. Dead and Breakfast is a tile placement game for ages 7 and up. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes to play, and it's for 2 to 4 players. When you open the box, you'll see that there is a scoring tracker that's sort of built into it. Well, correctly, probably should exceed 30, but neither here nor there. So it's going to come with scoring markers, a ghost. Ooh. These are the 4 players that start off with one lobby door. So there's 4 of them. And then you have many windows full of things that people are afraid of. We'll get into that in a moment. These tiles here are guests. What you're trying to do in Dead and Breakfast is create a hotel that is kind of individual's worst nightmare. So for example, this witch here, she's sort of an exception. You score, the stars are points. You score 2 points for every different scary element in a column, because you're building a 5x5 grid of a hotel. So the witch is the exception, where she's not afraid of anything in particular, but you just get 2 points for every different thing that you either place vertically around her or horizontally that are scary. Whether they're scary to her or not, I don't think so. This particular guest is afraid of a living doll. She's afraid of living dolls that live above and beneath her. For some reason, she's not afraid of them if they live next to her on the same floor. She might have a fear of logic too. This gentleman is afraid of ghosts who live on the same floor as him. These are some bonus scoring tiles. I'll show you how those work towards the end. These are wall tiles. Whoop, that's also a mistake. These are wall tiles that allow you to connect the flowers you have on your lobby. Your hotel will begin with your lobby with 2 different color flowers. In addition to scoring points for scaring guests in your hotel by placing things they're afraid of above them, beneath them, or on the side of them, you also score points for connecting flowers that begin at the lobby throughout your hotel. The wall tiles help you with that quite a bit. And the floor tiles are essentially where you're going to place the items people are afraid of, be it bats, zombies, ghosts, some spiders in there. As you can see, many of the room tiles also have flowers on them with which to connect back to your lobby to earn more points. So for your first game, the rules recommend that you just play with just the base and don't put in the bonus tiles. When it's the first player's turn, you're going to place the ghost on one of the tiles. Let's place it one at the top here. The tiles that are selectable are the ones that are in front of the ghost going clockwise. The 3 that are. So 1, 2, 3. So 2 vertical and 1 horizontal are available for the first player. As you can see, I have the blue lobby door, and I have the blue flower and the orangish yellowish flower. There's one that's a little bit darker. I do kind of wish they made it completely different. This flower is a lot more red in it, but just at a quick glance, it could get a little confusing. Not a big deal. That's fine. So I have the blue door, and I'm incentivized to connect blue flowers and the orangish flowers. Forgot to put the guest out. You put 4 guests out from the stack of guest tiles, and you pick up a guest once you have 5 elements horizontally. Now on the first floor, you always have your lobby, but going forward, these count as like 2 spaces, but they happen to be on 1 tile. Once you have 5, you pick a guest, and you clear away all the guests and put out 4 more. I might pick this one because it's a blue flower on it, blue flower. And as you can see, it would connect, see, through the ivy. The ivy goes through here, and then those will connect. But there's another little wrinkle there. This guest is afraid of spiders. However, she's afraid of spiders that live above and beneath her, not on the same floor. So if I were to put this here, this wouldn't really do me any good. Tough decisions. So if it was my turn, I didn't really want to do that. I have the option of So if it was my turn and I got all excited because, oh, spider and spider, yay. But the spider here won't make someone afraid unless they're connected to it vertically. If you now wish to take one of the tiles here, you are able to take 2 wall tiles. You can't hold on to them, you have to use them immediately. So you take 2 wall tiles and place them somewhere in your hotel. I'll probably go ahead and get this one. Now there are certain rules about connecting rooms. You cannot, the only room you're able to place on top of another room are the guests themselves. You cannot place a guest on top of the lobby, and you cannot place a guest on top of a wall tile. A guest has to be placed on a tile with a window on it, which just makes sense. To that, I would draw another horizontal tile, move the ghost to the new tile, newly placed tile, and then for the next player, the ones that are eligible will be 1, 2, 3. Second player has entered the game. So the second player would have the option of these 3 tiles, of course, always taking 2 wall tiles. So what might they do? They are incentivized to get the darker red flower and a blue flower. So we are not competing for the blue flowers. So let's say they went for this one for 2 reasons. They might go for it hoping to connect it to a witch, who gets 2 points for each different scary element above her. See the up and down arrows, and that's 2 blue flowers. And you're going to want to connect it on this side because the vine connects here. All the flowers have to connect back to the lobby. So I just sped things up a little bit to show you how a floor would be completed. So on this floor, I have living dolls, bats, and a spider. I have a witch guest who has the same color flower I have, one of them. Witches also only have 1 flower, whereas the other guests have many more flowers. And you get 1 point for each of those. That's the trade-off. So I would just put this probably over this bat here. And then this floor will be worth 6 points. So I get 2 points, the stars are points, for each different element. So living dolls, bats, spiders. So that will be worth 6 points by itself, in addition to 2 flowers that are also connected via the ivy. So I went ahead and just quickly completed a hotel, just to give you an example of how everybody's hotel will look at the end. You'd have a 5x5. There's a couple of things as a reminder. Witches don't have anything in their window they're afraid of. All the other guests have at least one of the things they're afraid of in their window. So that counts too. So whereas I got 6 points just based on the witch being here because of the living doll, the bat, and the spider all being different, for the next floor up, this guest is afraid of spiders who live on the same floor. And so I will get 6 points for that as well, because 1, 2, 3, the spider in her window counts. Same here, the spider in her window counts. And this is a really good floor here, the 4th floor, because the priest here is afraid of ghosts. There's one in every room on that entire floor. So that'll be worth 10 points all by itself, not even counting, oh, well, these flowers don't count because I don't have the flowers in my lobby, but you can't win them all. As you can see, the ivy stretches here and comes up here, goes up here, all the way up to here. It was pretty expansive. Unfortunately, I have 4 flowers over here that do get cut off. This was me just going through the tiles and just picking things out just for an example. So in a game, you're going to see tiles you really need. And you're not able to get them all the time. You might have to place a vertical tile somewhere when you really want to place a horizontal one. So, you know, but the challenge is the same for everybody that's playing. So once everyone is completed their complete 5x5, you typically would just count everything up floor by floor, add up your score. Whoever has the highest score wins. So that is how Bed and Breakfast plays. And I gotta say, this is a really interesting business model where you create a hotel that brings what you're most afraid of directly to your room and then sort of surround you with it. I'm not sure how long that place would stay open. We really enjoyed Bed and Breakfast. It brought it to the table. We like tile placement games anyway. We really liked it. We thought the artwork was pretty fun. We liked the game. We liked the components. They could have gone with something considerably smaller, but they didn't. I'm okay with that. I kind of want to bite it, even though I don't really like peeps. It looks like a peep. But I don't want to bite it though. I don't know, that's an aside. Anyway, we liked the artwork. We thought it was, it's cartoony, it's fun, it's kind of silly. I like the fact that you're trying to score on several levels. You're connecting flowers, you're making sure that columns and rows have certain elements in it. And then if you add in some of the bonus tiles, you're working towards even more objectives. So it found it to be very fun. Things I didn't like, there's nothing I disliked in particular about the game. One thing I would have liked to have seen was a solo mode. Now, you could just create your own solo mode of just beating your high score, but I thought it would have been kind of cool to have a solo mode with maybe tiers of scores, so you kind of know where you sit. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a lot of fun, and I look forward to playing it again.